Speaking of posting, you just went official with Pete on Instagram, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tell Up with Tootie. This is Tootie Barron with my amazing co-host, Kevin Manfrey. Hi, Kev. How are you?
I'm pretty well. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Just enjoying some good weather. Enjoying, finally, the eve of the summer, because I want to skip spring, and I just want to jump to the summer. I'm ready. I am ready,
Amen
Kev.
to that. I just need to winter to end. Like right now, like it was cold this morning, and now it's like spring. There are two seasons in one day.
Jesus, and over here in the Bay Area is the same thing, that you don't know. You have to like layer up like you wouldn't believe, because you don't know what you're gonna encounter out there. Like you wake up super cold, super gloomy, super cold, 40-something degrees. Like the other day, I'm going out to my car, 40-something degrees, and I'm like frost all over, the neighbors' yards and stuff. And then, all of a sudden, it's lunchtime, and you're like 70 degrees. Like, what the heck is going on? That's how you get sick, I guess. But,
Oh yeah, imagine if you got allergies. It's gotta be a nightmare.
That's another one over here. Yeah, vegan allergies, being so close to the Napa Valley. It's just a lot of pollen everywhere. It's awful. So we're talking about the other day, about the Pete Davidson experience, or the Pete Davidson effect. Have you heard about that one, Kev?
No, what is it with this guy that just gains women? I'm shocked, and I'm like, I've never met this guy, but I'm kind of proud of him. So actually, like, when did you first hear about him?
First of all, I saw him with, Ariana Grande, and I never thought, well, Ariana Grande, okay, I didn't know that okay, but whatever. And then I saw him with this really stunning girl, two older girl, Kate something, and I'm like, okay,
Kate Beckinsale.
Yes,
that's the point where I was like, okay, something's weird here, because I don't understand how she even knows who he is, let alone dating her.
And now the whole thing with Kim Kardashian. So it kind of tells you, and going back to like the Pete Davidson experience, is like what everybody's like making fun about that is the fact that sometimes you get shot seeing these guys, kind of like these regular guys.
Now, out of everyone Pete has dated, Kim's the least surprising to me.
Why?
Because like when you date some like the person like Kanye's intense, very much into himself, be dramatic. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
After a relationship like that, you want the complete opposite.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that one. Yes.
And I cannot think of anybody more different than Kanye, Pete Davidson.
Yeah, but what is it about? Like, have you ever wondered, like, what is it behind these guys that have, like, nor a popular look, nor a popular fashion, and end up with these stunning women? What do you think is there?
So, and because I've actually even looked up videos on this, because I just find it fascinating. Like, there's just a certain confidence that he has in himself that seems to work with women. Like, all these things that he knows he's not traditional Hollywood it guy. He knows that. He's a comedian, for God's sake. Like he makes fun of that.
Yes.
So there's that aspect of it, and I mean that's a lot of well, yeah, being funny works. I mean, women love a guy that can make them laugh.
Yes, and also thoughtful and dedicated, and he tends, everything that I hear about him is like he's not only very funny, but he's very thoughtful. So he explores. He knows that he doesn't have much to work with when it comes to physicality, or when it comes to looks, or maybe what people find popular. So
well, I mean, Ariana said he's got something to work with.
when I am talking about I am talking about first looks. Okay. I'm talking about first looks. Yeah. But I also heard that he's very thoughtful and very romantic and very, dedicated when it comes to, dating and the way he treats people, which is very, very important. Sometimes you find people that, they might have the look, they might have the career, but they're so entitled and so into themselves and so selfish. It's all about them, and everybody has to accommodate them, and everybody dance around their needs, right? But then you encounter, energies like this that are so thoughtful, and they're, you know, pay attention to details, are in a pursuit of a nice connection, and they take that selfish energy out of the equation, and that is super attractive, regardless how you look. Is super attractive. Like, a girl can be completely smitten with an energy like that, and I think he has it.
And he also doesn't necessarily take himself too seriously.
Okay, being a
And
comedian, that
you think of like Hollywood guys, they look serious, they take, how they're perceived, their image. He doesn't seem to care about any of that stuff.
he I think he's living. I think he is a regular guy in a Hollywood experience. That's the way I kind of like look at it. A regular life in a Hollywood experience. He doesn't, I don't think he takes that the whole thing too seriously. He tries to be outside of all of the drama. He
I
gets
don't know if I'm
involved, lady.
completely going regular, because he kind of reminds me of the high school nerd. But it's like he's the high school nerd that gets all the women. That's what I think makes it like so shocking. But it's like, usually the it guy, the women like and the men are kind of jealous of.
Yeah.
The men aren't even necessarily jealous. We're like, go for it. But how? How did this happen? Because I don't like I can't think of like I can't think of an equivalent of like something like this that would have happened. And like you'll see a little bit of it, like Pee Wee Herman at the time may have been able to get one, but he wasn't getting like Hollywood starlets or nothing like that. Weird Al Yankovic, I mean, I'm pretty sure he got the attention of women, but again, he wasn't getting women off the red carpet or nominated for Grammys.
Oh, he's doing it. He is definitely doing it. And graciously too, because he is like dating actresses and singers and big socialites now with Kim. Is happening for him. He have accomplished something that a lot of people think that might be unreachable, which is dating somebody like that with when you don't look the part, I guess. But I mean, who are you to say, what is the part that you have to look? You know what I mean? You look at.
I mean, he's definitely defies traditional, I guess, Hollywood dating, or what we would think it would be.
And that proves the point. Again, that proves the point that women or people in general are focusing more in that vibe and that energy, that, that no that entitlement, no that looks, because looks can only go so far, right?
He's definitely showing you that.
I love it.
I don't know, like, I mean, like we call this the Pete Davidson experience. And I think like for Hollywood people, there's celebrities that kind of garner people, they feel like a once in a lifetime experience. Like I'll use The Rock, for instance. Like I can see women being drawn to The Rock because he doesn't look like a type of guy that you would ever meet. And you would probably only meet once. Johnny Depp, look, personality wise, he doesn't seem like the type of guy you would normally meet. Pete Davidson, weirdly, looks like a type of guy you would never even look at. But it is something about him that is like, you're never going, maybe he just has this it energy. I don't know what it is. There's some little energy he has that is very alluring. And you know how you date like one real popular celebrity and a whole lot of just, I hate to say regular women, but everyday women tend to like want to know, okay, what is it about this guy? He's probably got the attention of thousands of women now.
He is like what back in the day what we used to talk about Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony is kind of
Mark
like,
Anthony?
yeah, Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony is not the most popular look out there. You know what I mean?
I always thought he would have. Thought he would have been.
No, Mark Anthony used to have like the long hair, very skinny, stylish. We can work on it, back in the day. And he keep, getting this amazing, he married this Puerto Rican Miss Universe, dated like super beautiful models, Mary Jello. And then you go back like, how are you gonna, I mean, look, like, how can you like, but there's something beyond those looks.
I think I have a better equivalent.
Tell me.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Who's he dating right now? Didn't he have a girlfriend?
I don't know, but it's like when I like kind of find out about him, like maybe I feel like a year and a half ago. I'm like, wait, this is the guy?
Very quirky, yeah.
This is yeah. And I mean he's like he's really big off in the wrestling world. I tend to dive into that. He's actually pretty good at that too. But he looks like maybe that high school nerd, but there's a confidence in him. Like he's so cool with who he is that I think it just draws people in.
It's very alluring. That energy is very alluring. And you, again, going back to the same thing, it's like women and guys like that confidence, that nice confident energy, and on top of that thoughtfulness. Bad Bunny is another one that is well known for being super caring for their women and very dedicated and very is charming, super charming. And you encounter people that when they don't have that popularity, that when they want to seek for the look that everybody seek for, they develop different skills that end up being more alluring than the one that the pretty boy has, the player has, And
are you thinking there's going to be like a change in what's like a society changing on what they consider that?
I think it's already happening. I honestly think it's already happening. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I was teasing her about it because, for the longest, she was like dating this guy for the longest, and she wouldn't want to talk about him. She wouldn't introduce us, the guy, whatever. And then every time that we tell him, no, he's dating this guy, this is your boyfriend, she would be like, no, that's not my boyfriend, he's not even my type, we just talking. Guess what? They're living together. They've been living together now. It's like she didn't want to accept the fact that she went for something that was completely out of her type. And she was being so judgy about herself, her own, because nobody cares, right? But she was being so judgy. And I think that's happening right now. It is happening that people are more focusing on the vibe and how that connection works, than actually how society expects you to, for you to be with. I think it's happening already. And now we get to see this more in a more expand platform, which is Hollywood.
Well, we are definitely living in a different time. Mr. Take Your Girl is now Pete Davidson.
What would be a female version of Pete Davidson for you if you have to date
There is
outside?
none. I literally cannot. I've thought about this, and I'm pretty sure there is one. And maybe we guys are just way more vain than women are. I can't think of one.
Wow.
Like, I mean, there's been like somewhat cute nerdy. No, I cannot think of a female celebrity that gets guys' attention. You heard of Meg Ryan?
Yeah.
So like back in the 90s, she was one of those Hollywood girls. I, for the life of me, could not understand why she was, but she's one of the that men just liked. Like Jennifer Anderson, I can kind of see. I cannot think of one.
The female version of.
I don't think a woman that you wouldn't necessarily think would attract a lot of men, but no,
I have one.
I don't think there is one.
I have one actress.
Go ahead.
let me remember her name, and she is
I'm very
Juliette Lewis.
Juliet. What is she
Juliet,
on?
she I think she is in a show called Yellow Jackets, I guess, right now. I think
Yellow Jackets.
I think so. She used to be in this movie that is one of my favorite movies of all times. It's called The Other Sister, where she plays a
Other sister.
role. Yeah, she plays a role. It was a movie from 1999, and she plays a role of a developmental disabled adult, growing up and, with sisters, neurotypical sisters.
Ah,
Do you remember?
I think she was in. I seen her. She did a movie in the '90s. I guess. I never really thought of her as attractive.
You see, and
Now she was in
and she dated
she was in
Brad
a
Pitt.
movie.
She dated Brad
She
Pitt.
dated Brad.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? You don't think she was attractive in the
She
woman,
was in Natural Born. I'm
She
just
did.
gonna blame that on the '90s.
She dated Brad Pitt, Juliette Lewis, and I think,
Cause she
yeah,
is a great actress. I don't. I wouldn't put her complete like, cause she's not like completely like off looking as far as like from like I guess the Hollywood pretty girl. Like, I can see where you would go with that.
no, but I
I
want to tell you
totally hadn't
something.
even thought. Like
Yeah,
she's not that bad looking.
no,
Well, I ain't gonna say bad.
she's not like I never said that she wasn't
not
like,
traditional.
but
Traditional.
she
I guess
doesn't
what we're
have
saying.
that, traditional, you know what I mean, that traditional Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Lopez, that uh stunning, breathtaking
I can see
Hollywood.
that because I honestly did not know she dated Brad Pitt. That was
She dated Brad
I,
Pitt, and I
I learned
think,
something today.
yeah, and I think also, hey, this other guy that you just mentioned him. Oh my God, what is his name?
But I feel like she would do well like in high school. She was the pretty girl in high school. Pete Davidson was not the pretty boy in high school.
I do. This was a pretty good in high school.
Yeah, I feel like she was someone who did well in high school or like in college.
She has a little quirky vibe of her that I kind of like, but it's just in general. She does that. She does have that quirky vibe of her. And oh my gosh, she also dated Leonardo DiCaprio. Do you see what I'm talking about? She dated Johnny
Damn.
Depp. She dated Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio. She dated Tom Sizemore, Stephen Berra. Wow. And all these are hotties. Hotties. You see, the girl was,
She goes for the stars. She's got that it factor too.
she
Because
was.
I wouldn't have guessed any of that.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm telling you. That's and she had that quirky vibe of herself. She had that quirky, cool vibe of herself that is, gets to be very, very attractive. There you go. She was banking on, what everybody else was, is banking on physicality. She's banking on vibe and personality, and she was eating caviar when everybody else was eating ramen noodles.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, we had to dig back to find her, but I feel like there's a better. I feel like there's a female famous Pete Davidson type. I just really cannot think.
I think for now, Juliette Lewis will do it. I think for now she will do it, Kev.
She'll have to do.
Okay, oh my Lord, types and the Pete Davidson experience. And that just to wrap up this episode today, I will say that if you allow yourself to look outside of the box, you will never miss the most amazing experiences. People, let's focus on that substance, that connection, that it thing that somebody can bring other than how they look. The look can change, that can change at all given points of our life, but the essence will always be the same and improve and make it much, much better. So on that note, thank you everybody for joining us in this episode of Tell Us with Tutti. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. And remember that you can listen to this episode on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, and Apple Podcasts, and every other mainstream podcast outlets. So on that term, have an amazing time and see you next time. We love you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
A model.
Yeah, I feel like only other men feel that way. Like,
Yeah.
guys are like, wow, what's that guy got? And I'm like, I mean, he seems super charming. He's
Yeah.
vulnerable. He's
Yeah.
lovely.
Great.
His fingernail polish is awesome. Like, he looks good.
There you go.
He's great.
All
Yeah.
right, well,
Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm going to have him back on.
Good relationship with his mother.
Yeah,
You know,
great relationship with his mother.
We
He's
love
just
it.
a sweetheart. So,
It's hard to find him.
yeah.